Okay. Hey, June lover. I don't know who that is. Okay. All right. I am live. Happy Sunday, everyone. This is the first episode of Smart Love Sundays. I'm going to be going live most Sundays. I'm not even gonna, set myself up to say every Sunday. I don't know if it'll be every Sunday yet, most Sundays. But this is something I've been wanting to do for a while. Started Smart Love maybe back in 2020, 2021, something like that. And what Smart Love is it's a platform for like-minded individuals, whether I don't care if you're single, married, dating, other, but I wanted to have a platform for us to kind of share our stories and talk about relationships and the ups and the downs, the goods, the bad, and just basically have a platform where we can all learn from each other's experiences. So that's why it's called Smart Love. So the okay, 10 people have okay, we got people on. Okay, I don't know why I can't see all the comments. So I'm gonna give everyone a chance to join. And okay, there we go. All right. So if you're joining me from on Facebook or YouTube, I cannot see you. So if you could just drop me a comment and just let me know where you are joining from, what city you're in, as we're going to go ahead and get started. So, yeah, so as I was saying, like, Smart Love is a passion project of mine. I have a blog, um, working on a book, a movie, a dating app, all those things. And I really want the opportunity to like learn from all of you, and I want to share some of my experiences. I have some, some funny stories and things like that to share, but really it's just, really just about us like coming together and like really like creating genuine relationships. And I mean, it doesn't just necessarily have to be romantic. I mean, I'm talking like, friendships and things like that. So definitely, I don't want to be the only one talking. So anyone wants to chime in and join in the conversation on any of the topics, I would love that. I'm definitely going to have special guests here and there. I have some friends that have started their own matchmaking business. So definitely excited to get them on at some point. So yeah, so this is Smart Love Sundays. So I'm just trying to see who is all here. Okay. All right. So yeah, I can't see who's on the other platforms. Okay. Anyway, all right. So let's pick up where we left off. So I think it was 2022, right? Like I had like all these great um yeah, I think it was 2021, 2022. I had like all these great aspirations for smart love, right? I was like on a quest to manifest smart love, and I had, had my blog going. I wanted to start doing like some matchmaking on here, giving dating advice, podcasts, all those things, right? I had actually put together a video that kind of went viral for me, like just like baby viral. Like I don't know, maybe it got like 3 or 4 thousand views or something like that. But it was like a video of me like manifesting love, right? And I had like in my head, not even just in my head, like I actually professed this out loud, created a video of all the things that I wanted when it came to love, right? And so let me remove this banner for a second. Hold on. How do I do that? 'Cause I don't want these comments showing right now. Um, no, hide. Okay, there we go. So I had like all these great aspirations, like, yes, I'm gonna, know exactly what I wanted. And, I was praying for, find love. Like 2022 is gonna be my year, right? But at the same time, I was manifesting a lot of things when it came to like my career, my business, all the traveling that I wanted to do. And I got so focused on all of those things that I really lost sight of the love part, to be honest. Like I was just, I was doing so great when it came to my career. I was like, I don't know if any of you follow me, but like I have traveled the world. I've been to Africa. Okay. Like you can't tell me nothing. I've been to Africa. Okay. And so I've gotten all these things that I wanted when it came to, business, career, having fun, living my life. Like I'm very happy. Like don't get me, but that missing piece, like that love, like that partner, that ride or die, like that best friend, that I can grow and like experience all these things with. And so that is what I want to start to focus on now. That is okay. Give me 1 second because I think my computer is going to die at any moment. There we go. Okay, no, my phone is going to die. So that's why I'm like really getting back into focusing on smart love. So I have a writing partner that's helping me with my movie. I'll tell you a little bit about that. Working on the book. And eventually, I want to create a dating app. So, I'm a techie, so there's got to be some tech that comes out of all of this. So, it's going to be my dating app. Okay, so that's what's been going on with me. Okay, so like I said, like started off like all these aspirations of like, yes, this year is gonna be the year I find my husband. Okay, career got in the way, and that often happens with boss women such as myself. So I'm gonna actually take you back to where we left off. Okay, I think I did one episode of the Dating Chronicles where I talked about this guy that I was dating. Had went on like 5 dates with him, and if you haven't seen the video, I know it's on my YouTube channel and it's on my social media. So anyway, so I had went on the date. I went on like 5 dates with this guy, and hey, Atif, what it do? So anyway, I had went on like 5 dates with this guy, and I was like, I really liked him. Like he, had great personality. We vibed. We had really fun dates, good conversation. So when I left you all, like I think I had did a whole video of like one of our last dates, right? And I was like, okay, like, this everything's going well. The only thing that I kind of, you know, I wouldn't say they were red flags, they were kind of like yellow flags, like the fact that number one, he had no interest in traveling, like no passport, no aspirations to get a passport. When I asked him about that, he's like, "Oh well, there's just so many places in the U.S. that I want to experience, so I haven't really thought about going abroad." I'm like, "So basically, you're going to be picking me up from the airport from when I come back from all my trips because you're not coming." So that was like one of the yellow flags. Another yellow flag was the fact that he didn't drink. I mean, I'm trying not to judge. I was just like, you don't drink, like I don't know, it's just something about I felt like the vibe would be off sometimes. But it never was. Like we always had a good time. He never had a problem with me drinking. So I didn't really pay any attention to that. So I continued to date him. I would say it probably was like date 6 or 7. And we were planning the date. And so I said, "Oh, rather than us go out, because I mean we had been bowling, to lounges, clubs, like we'd done it all, right?" I'm like, "Well, why don't we just, Netflix and chill?" Here we go. "Oh, yeah, I don't have Netflix." Okay, well, I do. You can log into my account. Like, okay. "Oh, well, um, yeah, I don't really. Yeah, I don't think that's a good idea. Like, why don't we just, chill, let's go XYZ." He's like, wanted to take me somewhere else. I'm like, "No, I just kind of want to chill and vibe, da da da." Because my thing is like, I think it's at the point where I need to find out like how you live in. Like, I need to see your house. Okay. I need to like, pull back the covers to see like what's going on, right? And so he's like steady trying to talk me out of it. I'm like, "Oh gosh, here we go." And so he says to me, I think he says, "Oh, well, we can't." He said, "My mom lives with me." Okay, your mom lives with you? Hmm. Okay, so he's like, "Yeah, so I mean, we can get a hotel or something." I was like, "Okay." Just thinking to myself, "Okay, so your mom lives with you, and out of respect, you can't have company." And I'm like, "Okay." I mean, I was like, "We just, we just gonna chill, watch movies. Like, it's not gonna be a big deal." And he's just like, "No, no." He's like totally against it. And so that just turned me off because I'm just like, ugh, like you checking off all the boxes, but there's kind of giving me just like a little, just made me a little hesitant because I'm like, you don't have your own. Like you say your mom lived with you, and but his mom is like a vibrant, I don't know exactly how old she was, but like she kind of remind me of my mom. Like she living her best life. Like she don't really need her son to take care of her at this point in her life, right? So I'm just like, do your mama live with you or do you live with your mama? Because I mean, he's like 40 something years old. So, hey, Tyrone. So that was kind of like, let me do a little investigating. So I just did a little mini investigation. I just looked at his Facebook. And so when I went through his Facebook, I don't know, it was just the background of like pictures in his house. Like it was looking like it was his mama's house. Like it was things like bedspreads. Now, our my generation, we're into comforters and what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It was something about the fact that his bedroom had one of those floral bedspreads. I was like, that's definitely giving that's your mama's guest room vibes, right? Plants. It was like all kind of plants all over the house. I think the walls were painted like, I don't know. I swear one of the walls was like purple. I was like, nah, 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 nah. You don't live with, no, your mama don't live with you. You live with your mama. And so that was just like, I didn't know how to handle that. And to be honest, I didn't handle it the best way. I still feel bad to this day because I was turned off from at that point. And so I just kind of ghosted him. So usually, like, I give them a sandwich, okay? Like, I'm known for my sandwiches, right? If you've ever gotten a sandwich from me, you know what I'm talking about. So, a sandwich is when it's kind of like a breakup. It's a breakup text, basically. But in the text, you kind of start off with something nice. And then in the middle, you kind of, what I'm saying, give them the meat and then you end it with something nice, right? Because I don't like to hurt people's feelings. Like, I don't want to tear the brother down. I don't want to make him feel bad, but I was done. And so I had like a sandwich in draft, but I never got a chance to send it because I don't know, like it's just his whole demeanor. I don't know, maybe it's just how I started reacting to him because I didn't really like him anymore. Now that you live with your mama and you're 45 and you don't have a passport and you don't want one and you don't drink. And I'm just like, I just started thinking about all the negative things. So it kind of overshadowed like all the great dates that we had. And so I actually just I think he like texted me a couple times, like, well, what's up? Like he was trying to make plans, and I just stopped answering. And then I blocked. And I swear, like maybe a year later, he must have like called me from another number. He's like, I don't understand why you blocked me. That don't make no sense. I didn't do nothing to you. And like I didn't have no words for him. So that's what happened to it was bachelor number one at that time. Stop talking to him. And so I would say the biggest challenge that I've had with dating over the past couple of years has been like I of course I have my list and I'll kind of break down my list a little bit for you all because I mean it's I wouldn't say it's a long list, but it's very specific and it's very detailed because I know exactly what it is that I want and what I need. I know what I bring to the table and I know what my partner needs to bring to the table, right? But I keep getting caught on the first two of the requirements. And to me, like this is like basic, right? Number one, you must be single. Single, okay? You not married, not separated, not, we're more like roommates. She live upstairs, I live downstairs. Um, not, it's complicated. Oh, I'm unhappily married. Like, you need to be single. Okay. You cannot be attached to another woman. Number one. And you'll be surprised how hard it is to get past that, especially in Atlanta. For some reason, the married men are out here dating as if they're single. I'm calling y'all out. I'm calling you out. Hey, what's up? So yeah, so all you married men out here dating as if you're single, you have been my problem. And I'll tell you why it's a problem for me, because most of them would have like all the other things on the list. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I swear, like, I don't know. I'm not even gonna go too much into details, but they would be good family men, good job, stable financially, mentally, emotionally, like to travel, like all these things, treat me like a queen, and like all these, give me all the attention, consistent, and all of this. But we gotta what we say, we gotta chat after your live. Okay, I got you. But yeah, so they would, have like all these qualities, but they can't make it past, requirement number one. Like, can you get your divorce first? Can you heal? Can you, like, what I'm saying? Can you, like have some time between that relationship before you come for me? Because like I've been through that, right? You know what I'm saying? So I'm like at a point where I'm ready. Like, I don't deserve to have to wait and be there for you while you get ready. So that's kind of been one of my biggest issues. But the second criteria, which I feel this isn't too much to ask for, you must be emotionally, mentally, and financially stable. Think about that. Emotionally, mentally, and financially stable. I think that's simple. Like, that is so simple to me. Like, okay, well, let's break it down emotionally. If you've had some, heartbreak from your last relationship, if you've, gone through a divorce, if you've gone through some things, heal first before you jump into your next relationship, especially with someone like me that is like, um, especially someone like me that is, that like I am emotionally stable. Like, I've gone through, heartache and breakups, and I've healed, I've done the work. So I don't think it's too much to expect that you have done that, and it could be like, being healed from childhood trauma, um, from, I don't like it, like, all, anything that has happened to you that you feel like is baggage that you can emotionally take into a next relationship. I don't think it's too much to ask that you heal from that. At least be aware of it, working on it. Now, it may take a woman like me to come into your life and help you see, another way, and, see, get the taste of having a good woman by your side. I don't know what it is, whatever's within God's plan. But I think it's okay to say for you to at least be emotionally stable. Mentally, I can't deal with nobody that's crazy. I don't do crazy. Like, I don't want no stalker. Like, I don't want you to love me more than you love life in jail. Like, I don't I don't want to be a Lifetime movie. Like, mentally, like, don't be crazy. Like, don't be suffering from PTSD. Like, take your medication. Like, I'm not that I've come across a lot of mentally unstable men, but you'd be surprised. I'm scared. And then number three, financially. I'm not saying you got to be rich. I'm not even going to put a number on it. Can you at least be able to take care of yourself? Okay. Oh, what is it? Okay. So a lot. A lot of me they're scared. Yes, a lot of people like need therapy and are scared to get it. And to be honest, I feel like our generation probably has sought more therapy than our parents. So we're doing the work. We're getting healed. The resources are there. Take advantage of it. And even if like and as much as I can understand, like if you're in a bad relationship and you just like you get out of it, what you need to understand is that whether it was your choice to leave or not, there's some healing that needs to happen there. There's something that you need to work on. Everything can't be the other person's fault. You know what I'm saying? Like, so there's something that you need to heal from and work on from within yourself before you're ready for the next relationship. So uh, just be stable. Like, let's be on like an even playing field and we could grow together, right? So it's just like it's crazy to me that it's hard to find that. It's hard to find someone that is emotionally, mentally, and financially stable. That's not married. So yeah, so that's been what's up with me. So when people ask me like, why are you still single? Why are you God is working on whomever I'm supposed to be with. Like there was some time when he was working on me and I wasn't ready, but I feel like I am ready and I'm open. I'm a hopeless romantic. I believe in love and I want to get married again and all those things. But it's going to be right. It's going to be right for me and it's going to be great for him. So I'm sorry, like he has to be at a certain level to experience that. So that's where I'm at with my love life. Okay. So I am on a journey to find love. I am just I haven't put a lot of energy into it to be honest. Like I don't really do a lot. Like I'll be in and out on the dating apps. I'll go out, here and there. Um really got to move me because I'm busy. Like it got to be worth it to even get me out the house. So, but I plan on putting more effort and energy into it, and that's where I'm at with my smart love. Okay. So let me see what y'all talk about in the comments. Hey Kim, this is my girl Kim. We had us a great conversation yesterday. And Kim and my niece Kiki are the ones that have been like on me, like you gotta get smart love back going, you gotta get that going, like, because like I have a story, you all have stories, like let's let's share our experiences and let's grow together. And it's like, oftentimes you hear that, there's no good women out there, there's no good men out there, there's no like-minded people. Like, let's, let's break all of those myths and let's show that there are good men and women out there who still believe in love, have their shit together. And let's come together. Okay, so hold on one second. Let me see. What is T saying? If it doesn't make sense, I'm not moving on it. Okay, well, what is make sense though, Atif? Like, what is that to you? Because the thing is, like, we gotta make sure that we're actually putting the same amount of effort and energy that we're requiring, and our expectations that we have in others. So definitely want to bring that up. Okay, so oh yeah, I got some comments in here. I'm sorry, I didn't even see all these comments. Hey, Jay. Okay, so so have you all watched or heard about or seen some highlights of the Who the Fuck Did I Marry series? Raise your hand if you have. The, Okay, all right. I'm a Kim, okay, Kim, put that. I'm gonna pin that one. We gotta talk about that. So first thing, actually before I get into that story, I definitely want to I'm about to actually touch on what Kim is saying here. So Kim is saying there's an epidemic of promiscuous women messing it up for women who are wanting a relationship. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. You just said a word right there. Okay, let me repeat that. Kim says there is an epidemic of promiscuous women messing it up for women who are wanting a relationship. I feel like Kim, I feel like you need to come. I need you to request to come live and speak on that. But I'm gonna just give my opinion on it because I totally agree. I totally agree that there are a lot of women who are tainting the dating pool because they are giving up the goods, giving up sex, but I don't like everything, like letting men move in with them, like doing all these things to get a man without requiring him to do anything. And so when a man who sees himself as high value, high quality, when he's getting women throwing things like that at him, then he comes across a woman that has requirements and expectations and who's, requiring something from him. I'm not gonna say it's a turn off, but it's almost like they have this sense of like, psh, who are you? Like, I don't need you. I can get this. Da, 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 I can get this from Sally down the street. And it's like, until which I don't know if this will ever happen, but until we as women all come together and set the standard that no, like a man has to show up and do this and do that. And he has to be, consistent and he has to be my man before, I am having sex with him. And, so it's like, it's even gone beyond just like promiscuous women and the men are just as promiscuous. So I'm not gonna put it all on the women because the men out here sleeping with whomever, and the next thing you know, you got a baby with somebody you don't even know or like. So we could go deep with this, but um it's becoming like so like okay to like have all these open relationships. I've had, you know, couples approach me. I've had men approach me like, oh yeah, well, I'm what does the guy say? I'm an Israelite, and so I don't believe in monogamous relationships. Okay, well that's fine. Like I'm not knocking anyone's lifestyle, and if that's for you, then that's for you. But it's okay for me to say that that's not for me. You know what I'm saying? It's okay for me to choose not to participate. What I don't respect is, people who are not truthful, who lie, who cover up their lifestyles for the sake of being able to, conquer a woman that has values, So I definitely agree with that. Okay. Okay. Certainly they don't want relationships when they sleep with these young, fast women on day one. So they are wanting to court decent women. Facts. Facts, facts, facts. Okay, I'm sorry. I got okay. I agree with you, Kim. They don't have morals. And with a T said, we agree with what you're saying. Yeah, okay. So even the men, Kim, agree with you that yeah, there's definitely too many promiscuous women out here. And then oftentimes, like women who do have values, um, quality women start to get discouraged, right? Because they're like, we're like, man, like all these men want to do is like have sex. Like nobody wants to, court me. Like it's like they become like the majority, and then we're like the minority, and it's just like it starts to get discouraging. But don't get discouraged. Okay, so let's talk about the Who the Fuck Did I Marry series. Okay. I will just give my 2 cents on this. I want to hear from you all. And if anybody wants to go live, you can actually just request to join if you're on, if you are on the Instagram live. If you're not, I can actually send you a link if you just put a comment. And yeah, I'm on IG too, T. I'm gonna put a link in the comment where you can actually join StreamYard, and I can bring you on. Okay. So for those of you who have not watched the story, it's good. Like I think she should actually like do a movie. Like it's so good. But I'll just kind of give you the gist of it. I'll just kind of give you my 2 cents on it, kind of, and I'll give you one of my stories. Okay. So the Who the Fuck Did I Marry story. It's about this young lady. She lives in Atlanta. She met this guy on, I think, Facebook, dating, and Hinge, right? And from the beginning, like he like love bombed her. Like he was like just showing her everything that she wanted to see, exactly what she was like starving for when it comes to a relationship. And when they met, it was like during like right before we went on lockdown. So they end up moving together. And I'm not going to tell the story because I want you to go back and watch it. And she tells it so well. She's such a great storyteller. I was like, she had me like with my popcorn, like turn off the TV. I was like, told my daughter, I was like, oh, we need to cast this up on the TV. Like, I want to watch this like it's a movie. Like, that's how good of a storyteller she is. But anyway, the guy was such a pathological liar that it was just like I had never seen that many lies told by one person in a relationship. And so he was a pathological liar, but it wasn't even just the fact that he was a liar. Like this dude had receipts. Like dude, like he planned this shit so good that it was like anything that she would question, like he would have an answer for it. So it's, I mean, but it's like she just uncovered so much. So you got to go watch the story. And so a lot of people, like, I see that she's getting like different sides, just like read the comments. Some people are like, oh my gosh, you were so dumb. Like, how did you not know? How did you fall for this? And how did you fall for that? And hey, Troy. And, and she admits, as she's telling her story, she admits that I ignored a lot of red flags. She calls it the nation of red flags. Okay. And although like it took her a while to actually find out like the real story, what was going on, like there were hints here and there that she was just like, something's not right, something's not adding up. But because she was like, her words, not mine, she was so desperate to get married, desperate to be in a relationship, desperate to, find love, that she ignored them. And it was like, it had to get to the point where she couldn't ignore them anymore, that she actually started to find out the truth. So if you have not watched it, like she has over like, I think she got about almost 3 million followers now on TikTok. Each of her videos have like millions of views. Like it's like people are deeply invested in this story. Um, so some people are like, oh, well, she's lying. Like, no one could be that stupid. It happens all the time. It happens all the time. Because as women, I'm not even going to just say as women, as people, because I feel like it probably happens to men too. I don't know. Y'all have to tell y'all story, but but I feel like we do, like we get blindsided by this picture that we have in our mind of the relationship that we want, and then like especially for her, like this dude was like paying all her bills. He married her, like he was doing all the things that it took to keep him in her life. And the red flags here and there, like it was like what he was doing and what he was showing her was enough for her to ignore them. So I would say, like, and I don't know exactly how old she is, but I feel like she probably hasn't been through a lot of relationships. This relationship has definitely changed her for the better, but I can speak when I want to speak for myself and kind of tell you one of my stories, that like I started to see red flags, and I got out of a situation where it could have gone way, it probably could have gone just as far as Risa Teesa's situation did. But because I've been married before, so I wasn't, desperate to try to get married again. Um, like I said, I had, did some healing, did some work, like went to wife school, did, dating, divine dating blueprint, and read all these books, and, went to counseling therapy, and like I like healed from some of my relationships. And then like I just had experience dating that I learned from those mistakes, right? So I learned what to look for. So I'm going to tell you about a situation where I was dating this guy, right? And how he tried to love bomb me. Okay. So I was dating this guy, right? Met him on POF. Now I have a special relationship with POF, okay? Like that's hence the whole movie 40 Dates and 30 Nights that's coming out. Okay. But this guy wasn't one of the 40 dates. This was like when I had like chilled. I wasn't, serial dating anymore. And I met this guy. He was an African guy. He was actually the first African I've ever dated. And and I'm not gonna, gosh, I gotta think of a name. I was about to say his name. I'm not gonna say his name. We're gonna call him Paul. Okay. So Paul, he was a nice looking guy. I kind of feel like he hat fished me because like all of his photos he had on a hat. I didn't really like how he looked without the hat, but anyway, that's not part of the story. Anyway, Paul was a really, really, really nice guy, like very romantic. Um, we met on the dating site. We immediately like hit it off. We, conversing, text, phone calls. Like he spoke French, so he had this like real like sexy accent. Um, we talked for hours, and he was just like infatuated with me, like just from phone calls, right? He was just like, oh my gosh, you're so beautiful, and I just can't wait to meet you and spoil you, and da 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 da. Right. And so from the beginning, he gave me a little bit about his history, but not much. Like he said that he had been married before, and that that is a story that he thought was so funny, that his ex-wife, he caught her cheating on him. And the way he caught her was like he came home one day and there were shoes sitting in the foyer, and the shoes were like a size 8, and in men. So this dude had small feet, right? And so he's like, the shoes were size 8, and I wear a 14, so I knew it could not be me. I bust into the bedroom, and oh my God, my wife is cheating on me. And so, like, so I'm like, oh, okay, wow, that's horrible that you caught your wife cheating on you like that, right? So anyway, so so obviously he hadn't healed from that. But anyway, so all I knew is he had that ex-wife. He had a daughter, not with the ex-wife, with another lady. The other lady, like I think she was also African. And I don't know, he had to like go to court to get custody. I mean, not custody, to get visitation with his daughter. So he was like very close to his daughter. Like, okay, cool. You're a family man. Good guy. Everything's great. First date, he pulls out all the stops. Okay. This was probably like one of the most expensive dates that I had been on. So I was like already impressed. Like we went to, I think it was one-on-one steak. And I mean, he had roses for me. I mean, I couldn't even eat all the food. He was like ordering everything, appetizers and, and wine. And he didn't drink, which I thought that was strange. But anyway, he just didn't drink. So he had, we had a great time. Like I ate good. Like I don't even know what the bill was. Only reason I know that he spent a lot of money is because I went back to that same restaurant. Me and my girlfriends went, and my bill by myself was like $300. So I was like, I wonder how much did he spend? Like I didn't even know like cost that much. Whatever. So anyway, so had a great first date. I mean, we're taking photos. Like everyone's telling us, "Oh my God, you all look so good together. You look so good together." And he's like reading me poetry, and he's just like in French and like, Mademoiselle, whatever. And so I was like, "Oh man, like I really like this guy. Oh, I got me one, right?" And so every single date was elaborate like that. Every single day. We went out every other Friday or Saturday, whenever he didn't have his daughter. And every date was like over the top. Like, I mean, he would like just pick restaurants that I didn't even know existed, whether we were like on the top of the Hyatt Hotel, the spinning restaurant, the Mediterranean restaurant, like just over the top. Like he just didn't care. Like he didn't spare no expenses, right? He would come to my job and bring me flowers every Friday. He came to my job and brought me flowers. Okay. I think I had only been dating him. I think I went on one date with him. And then by the next, I think it was like that same weekend was like Super Bowl. Ah, shoot. That was the same Super Bowl that the Falcons lost. Okay. So I met him. Like we went on our date on Friday. That Sunday, he was like, I got to see you. I got to see you. I want, like, I just need to see you. I can't wait another week. So he like came to our little Super Bowl party, met all my friends, hung out with us. And from then on, he was my boyfriend. Like, I don't even remember him asking me. He just made me his girlfriend, right? And so it was like, I was like still trying to get to know him. I was like, I don't even really know if I like him yet, but he's doing all these things. Like he's buying me flowers, he's taking me on these elaborate dates, calling me all the time. Like he would never let me drive anywhere. He would always come pick me up. And I at first I thought that was like very, chivalrous of him, right? So I had noticed it had been like months and I had never been to his house. And so I was just like, I don't know, I think I was telling my aunt, I was telling someone about him. And then I was like, yeah, but I've never been to his house. And then she was like, you need to go to his house. Like, you need to see how he's living. I was like, well, yeah, it just works out that way. Like, he just always comes to get me. Um, there were even times that, like, I think there was one weekend that, like, my kids were gone. So he had stayed with me. And, but I just, I never paid attention to it. And so, I think there was one point his daughter said, so I think I asked his daughter something about, oh, like, what are you all doing this weekend? And she's like, oh, we're going to stay at Mr. Mr. Mike's house. I'm like, you going to stay at Mr. Mike's house? Okay. I'm not paying no attention to her. She's like 5 years old. I'm like, no, what's she talking about? So fast forward to this particular date, I asked him, I said, kind of same thing I did with old boy. I was like, you know what? We're getting ready to go out. And I was like, you know what? How about I just come to your house and we can, I can park my car there and then we can go out and then we could just, chill at your house afterwards. Oh, no, no, you cannot come to my house. Absolutely not. And I'm like, why? He's like, oh, no, no, no. I'm coming to pick you up. Where are you? Where are you? No. I'm like, what do you mean? Where am I? Like, I'm coming to your house. Why can't I come to your house? Oh no. And then so like he's just trying to talk me out of it, right? He's just like, well, then if you don't want to go, then that's fine. We don't have to go, just say it. And I was like, no, I want to go. Like, but I feel like I just want to chill at your house tonight. I don't want to come all the way back here. And don't you live, in Decatur or something? Yeah, that's like closer. We could just go to dinner and go to the concert and then we'll just come back to your house. Oh no, absolutely not. Okay, well, why? I was like, you got to give me a good reason. Why can't I come to your house? Would you live with a woman? Like what? Like what is it? No, of course I don't live with a woman. What are you talking about? I would never do that to you. And I'm like, well, why can't I come to your house? This motherfucker. He gonna say, well, my friend Mike is staying with me, and Mike, Mike's wife put him and his daughter out, and so he's been sleeping on my couch. Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. First of all, what the fuck that got to do with anything? If Mike is sleeping on your couch, so the fuck what? Like, and it's your house. So you can't have, so like, what do you mean I can't come in your house? Well, no, I just think it would make him feel uncomfortable. I don't want to have anybody over and then make him feel uncomfortable. And him and his daughter has been staying with me. And I'm like, some motherfucker. Like, I'm thinking to myself, that's a motherfucking lie. Because first of all, what woman's gonna put out the child and the husband? What woman would do that? Like, I don't know what, like, you and the baby gotta go. Really? That don't make sense. And even if he was staying at your house, like, okay, so I can't come to your house and just, drop out my car, see where you live, meet him, and then we go on our date. It just didn't make sense to me. And so he wouldn't give me the address. I just kept saying, just send the address, just send the address. He would not give me the address. He like basically like picked a fight with me. And so I was just like, okay, well, if I can't come to your house, then I don't feel like going out. I'm done. I'm tired. I can't believe you. I can't believe you're making a big deal. I can't believe you're doing this. That doesn't make any sense. You're causing problems. There's no problems. And I was just like, no, that's just weird to me. Like, I don't feel like it now. So I'm like done. And so so like that Sunday was like Easter Sunday. And so I was supposed to go to church with him. He was Catholic. So I was going to go to church with him. Do you know he uninvited me from church? Like, wait, I'm sorry. Well, I almost fell. He was so mad that I don't know, or I don't know if because he was mad or because he thought he was about to get busted, but he uninvited me from church. I was like, do your pastor know you uninvited people on Easter Sunday to church? I was done. I was like, it's something up. So I just like, did I block him? I don't remember what happened. Like, but we didn't talk for a couple days, right? And just so happened that a friend of mine, well, I actually happened to be my ex-husband. My ex-husband had somebody that could run background checks, right? So he was like, well, give me his name and like where he lived, or let's just see what's up. So he runs a background check. Why is his last known address actually his baby mama's house down the street from me? You heard me right. His last known address where his car was registered, like everything was registered to this address that was down the street from me. But he had me thinking he was driving way to Stone Mountain somewhere every time he came to pick me up. Like, I used to feel like, oh my God, he's such a great guy. Like, he will drive, like, it didn't matter like where I was. he would drive, he would always come get me. He would come pick me up from work. He would come, he would do all these things. Like, I was like, oh my God, I thought that was so great. This fool coming from around the corner. I was like, and the only reason I knew that was it was his baby mama's house, because I remember him telling me that she lived, not too far from me. Hey, bro, what's up? So I remember him telling me that she didn't live too far from me. And so I was just like, so something told me just roll by there. Like, I just had to roll by there. I had to see. I got the address. Let me go see. So I rolls by the house. And sure enough, I see the daughter and the baby mama come out. Like, I think they were getting a car or whatever. His car wasn't there, but who knows? Like, I don't know. He could have been at work or something. So I was like, I just started putting two and two together. I saw that he had been put out of his house. Like, he had, like, on his credit, where some apartment that he lived in, he was evicted. So he had an eviction on his credit. So what I put together was that he maybe had, broken up with maybe he had lost his place, was living with the baby mama. They broke up or something. And then he ended up staying on his friend's couch. So when his daughter said, oh, we're going to Mr. Mike's house, yeah, they were sleeping on Mr. Mike's couch. That made more sense. You know what I'm saying? And then I just like thought about it, like, that's how he could spend all this money on these elaborate dates. He don't have to pay no bills. Like, you don't have a house. So I just feel like he was going to try to just keep on love bombing me until he got to the point where he could move in. And it was like, I was like, it was just all clear, but it was like hindsight. Like, I had no idea. Like, I had no idea that, he was even like, I didn't even go as far as to see, like, what I'm saying, had he been, was he still with the ex-girlfriend, the baby mama? But it was just like, I saw enough. Once I saw that he did not live where he said he lived, and his last known address was the baby mama house, I was done. So for me, at this point in my life, I don't collect red flags. Like, I see them and I'm out. Oftentimes, like, you gotta, like, I know, like, relationships, there's ups and there's downs, and and if you're gonna commit to somebody, you gotta, give it time and build. But my brother said he'll catch a flight. No, I don't need you to catch the flight, bro. I got it. But yeah, so it's like, oftentimes, like, you get into a relationship, and you want to give the person the benefit of doubt and get to know them and all that. But I'm not collecting red flags. So when I see them, I'm usually gone. You might get a sandwich. I don't know. Lately, I've just kind of just been like, deuces. I don't even say nothing. Like, God just been kind of removing them out of my life. I ain't gotta say nothing. But that's where I'm at. Yes, the couch. Like, you're sleeping, like, you a grown man in your 40s, don't have a place to live, but you spending all your money taking me out on dates and buying me flowers and all these things. Like, I was done. Okay. So that's where we are. Smart Love Sunday. Does anybody want to join on, tell us their story or anything? Let me see what y'all got going on in the comments here. Okay, so Kim says the best time to date is when you're content in your singleness, living in your purpose. That's a word right there. That's right, Kim. When you are content in your singleness. So not when you're thirsty, not when you're desperate, not when you're, just like you feel like you gotta have somebody. No, that's not the best time to date, because what you attract during that time is typically not what is best for you or what you need, or um, you might attract another thirsty person. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, absolutely. Um, Being desperate and lonely is the worst time to date. Absolutely. It's one thing to be naive, and it's another thing to be done. Yep. Okay. Okay. So, is there any okay, okay, wait. Is there anyone, okay, this is going once, going twice. Anyone want to jump on live and give their 2 cents, talk about their dating experience? If not, I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. Um, Thank you all so much for joining. I definitely want to make this a regular thing. I want to talk about, different topics that's affecting us when it comes to dating, marriage, love, relationships. I'm a hopeless romantic. There's been a lot of things going on, like just in society, like when it comes to dating and marriage and all this, like it can kind of taint you a little bit. But for me, like I still believe in like love. I still believe in true authentic love. I still believe it's out there. I still believe that romance still exists. I believe in like that 90s R&B type of love. You know what I'm saying? Like that love that like Shy and Jodeci used to sing about, and Boys to Men. So we can't get caught up in the superficial, like what we see on social media and what we see in the media period. Like just know that there are still good men and women out there. We just gotta find them. So I definitely want to announce for anyone that's in Atlanta, I'm actually going to be hosting a singles event. I'm thinking about doing it around St. Patrick's Day next month. So it's going to be something like, theme like, lucky in love, lucky and smart love, something like that. And so going to be putting that together and like, really just trying to find like some real number one, you gotta qualify. Like you gotta be like men, like you have to really be single. Like don't just think it's about to be a meat market. Because I have some really great quality uh female friends that are single and looking for love, and I know some great guys as well. And so we're gonna all come together and play some games, and we're gonna vibe, we have a great time, and hopefully we can make some love connections. So stay tuned for that. But I will be back next Sunday, and yeah, we'll hop back on. I don't know what the topic will be. I'll put up a poll and see what you all want to talk about. If anybody, you have somebody, don't listen. My brother talking about he need to show up. No, anybody that got somebody cannot come. but but yeah, so yeah, if you have any topics that you want to discuss, if you want to be a guest on next Smart Love Sundays, let me know. Thinking about bringing my friends from through a friend on. Their matchmakers out in California. I might bring them on and get their insight on some things. So stay tuned. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye.